Hello, lovies. Just returning from a trip to Lithuania. So I've been dealing with a little bit of jet lag. I'm pretty much over it now, but got invited to go over there for a beautiful festival, the Masters of Calm, to offer the Pure Joy Parenting. And what an exciting time to be able to go to a different country where there were different rules or different ways of upbringing, and also some very familiar ways of upbringing, and to be able to go and offer what I've learned over all these years, and to sit with beautiful people in the middle of the forest. We were in the middle of the forest in Lithuania in a beautiful tent. And I'm just extremely grateful for being invited. And what I wanted to talk about today, why I'm sharing this, is that I wanted to talk about how profound our upbringing is on our parenting. And I want you to take that in for a minute. Our upbringing is so incredibly profound because we were experiencing as children being parented. So I find for myself and many conscious parents, if we didn't have the experience that we wanted to have or that we thought we should have, if there was some lack in our parenting, or there was some difficulty in the way we were parented, often we will overcompensate and try to go the other way. Now, I did this and I began to try to parent my daughter with all the things that I didn't get. Right? I wasn't actually parenting her in the moment. I wasn't parenting the child that I was with. I was parenting the child that didn't get the things that I wanted. Now, this happens so often and it's so incredibly innocent. And then what happens is when your child doesn't receive all that you're giving them, because you're giving them everything that you didn't get, and if they're not receiving that because they're not being raised by your parents, then there can be a lot of frustration and a lot of rage that arises. For me, a lot of rage came up. And when it did, and I got emotionally triggered, then I fell back into my old template of consequencing, punishing, shaming, guilting, which was what I experienced as a child. So it was so fascinating for me. It wasn't like I left my template of parenting with my parents. It was like I had buried it deep down inside, and I'd organized my parenting to try not to experience the same feelings I had had as a child. So I was very controlling in my parenting and trying to control the external environment so I wouldn't be activated. Now, this meant in my example a lot of over parenting, over giving, not setting healthy personal boundaries, which is so important, I found. I was trying to bind my daughter instead of setting my healthy personal boundaries because on some level I didn't feel that I was significant or important or mattered enough to take care of myself. I wanted to make her the location outside of the needy one, and I wanted to give her everything. Well, I did. I tried giving her everything that I didn't get instead of coming back inside, finding out how to set myself up to be important, like to believe in myself and to set my healthy personal boundaries in relation to what I was actually offering from a genuine, real place, not from a compensated place or not from a activated, reactive place. So this, over the next series, over the next month, we're going to explore a little bit deeper what I mean by healthy personal boundaries, because we all hear children need boundaries. And I'm like, well, I actually was not raising children. I had my daughter, and I wasn't even raising her. I go back on that. I was creating an environment for my daughter to express her brilliance. And yet that required that I set some very healthy boundaries about what I was actually offering instead of giving everything away or withdrawing love when I got resentful because I'd given everything away. All right, lovies. So we're going to go over the next month into different topics, but we'll keep returning to this topic of healthy personal boundaries. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy